Good morning, good morning. Wishing you a terrific Thursday ahead. Welcome to today's episode of Morning Well. Three things we are talking about today. S&P 500 notches its second best half since 1998. 1 trillion demand for Fed's reverse repo facility and what to expect in the second half of 2021. It was a quiet finish to a great first half of the year for US stocks. The S&P 500 closed its second best half since the dot-com bubble. Don't be surprised if the stock market keeps on rising. I'll talk about that a bit later. With June coming to an end, the S&P 500 finished the first half of 2021 with a gain of 14.4%. Since 1998, only 2019's 17.4% first half surge has been larger. The market got a boost from COVID-19 vaccinations, which have helped the US economy reopen, while trillions of dollars of fiscal stimulus have helped shore up demand. The gains continued even as concerns about inflation have increased speculation that the Federal Reserve could be forced to take steps to slow the economy. Despite frantic trading in meme stocks and an increasingly hard to define economic and monetary policy outlook, the S&P 500, Nasdaq and Dow Jones have all climbed by double digits so far in 2021. Better growth ahead was a major theme, with the economy and rate-sensitive sectors like financials seeing big gains. Benchmark 10-year Treasury note yields have slipped back from the highs of this year but are still up more than 50 basis points through the end of June. Energy was the standout sector for the S&P 500, gaining more than 40% in the first half. Marathon Oil shares have more than doubled. Utilities were the laggard sector, though even they still eked out a slight gain. The half ended with little momentum though. The S&P 500 notched a slim 0.1% gain yesterday, while the Nasdaq slipped 0.2%. The Dow enjoyed a 0.6% rise. We spoke about Didi yesterday. Didi, the Beijing-based ride-sharing company, gained about 1% to finish at 14.14 on the first day of trading after its IPO. Didi shares opened trading at 16.65 on Wednesday afternoon, 19% above their $14 IPO price, though the rally faded into the afternoon. Driving yesterday's market action were energy and industrial services. In the bond market, the yield on the benchmark 10-year Treasury note edged down to about 1.44 from 1.47. The yield has dropped about 14 basis points in June. So we got the ADP data yesterday. US private sector employers added 692,000 positions this month, beating the 600,000 consensus, but less than May's downwardly revised 886,000 is what the ADP data showed. Jobless claims should also reflect improving labor market conditions, with filings seen falling to about 388,000 from 411,000 the previous week. Continuing claims may also drop to about 3.34 million from 3.39 million is what the general expectation is. So jobs wise, we are expecting better data to come through. We've spoken about this Fed's reverse repo facility, almost 1 trillion. That's the demand for Fed's reverse repo facility, which surged to a record 992 billion, with 90 participants parking their money overnight as investors continue to clean up positions and balance sheets into the end of the quarter. On to crude. Brent crude, the international benchmark for oil prices, rose about 0.5% to about 75.13 a barrel ahead of a meeting this week of major oil producers to discuss a potential increase in supply. The benchmark is on course to post its biggest first half gains since 2009, having risen nearly 45% so far in 2021. I read this interesting analysis on what to expect in the second half of the year when you have had such a strong first half. Since 1979, the S&P 500 has gained 10% or more 14 times during the first half of the year, and the index has gone on to average a 6.3% gain over the second half of the year. What's more, the index finished the second half of the year higher in 11 of those instances, or 79% of the time. Even the losses, when they occurred, weren't all that bad. The S&P 500 dropped 1.9% in the second half of 1983 and 3.5% during the 6 months of 1986. The one exception was the last 6 months of 1987 when the index fell 19% during the second half of the year. That period included Black Monday when the S&P 500 dropped 20% in one day, still a record loss. While selling linked to so-called portfolio insurance was ultimately blamed for the size and speed of the loss, the second half of 1987 was a period of rising bond yields and high stock market valuations, just like the first half of 2021. Still, the market has been acting like it wants to go higher, not lower. Pullbacks, a normal event in the midst of bull runs, have been mild in 2021, with the largest drops being less than 4%. The 6.3% average second half rise could push the S&P 500's full year gain to around 23%. That could represent a textbook recovery from a recession, is what an analyst was writing. That is the update. Stay safe and healthy. I'll speak to you tomorrow.